It's called semantics. Now, let's look at this problem. Are these denominators the same? No.
No.
Now, after you cry your 96 tears, what are you going to do?
You're going to multiply. I mean,
Multiply. Add. I can't. These are not the same denominator.
So what do we do?
Well, let me show you what you can do. Is there a way I can rewrite this denominator?
Yeah.
How?
Just flip it.
What do you mean flip it? What does it look like when you flip it? And don't make me angry.
X minus 6.
You just made me angry.
X plus 6.
Seriously? I have a
A negative
X and
a positive 6.
so that's not X minus 6. Well, you know what I meant.
That was
Actually, I
what I was
didn't.
about to say.
But you know I don't like to lead off with a negative. Don't I have issues with that?
You
So it'd be
multiply
negative
to negative 1.
Well, I'm going to factor out the negative 1. And what do I have?
X minus 6.
Now, once you see what happens when I take out that negative, I can rewrite this problem. So now this is 5 over X minus 6 plus 7 over what?
X minus 6.
Negative
-1.
times X minus 6. You can't just like pretend the negative's not there because it most certainly is. Now here's what you can do with this negative factor. Since this is just a negative, you can easily move that up to the numerator. Why are you huffing about that? You don't like that? You know what you're doing when you do that? Is it? No, not huffing. Is essentially you're just multiplying both the top and the bottom times negative 1. I can get an equivalent expression by multiplying the numerator and denominator times the same number, right? What's negative times negative?
Positive.
It cancels that out, right? And so you end up with the negative in the numerator.
So it'd be negative 2 over 6.
So it's 5 over X minus 6. That's a negative 2 over X minus 6. Negative 7, excuse me.
I know, I was
It
like,
would be
2?
negative 2.
And then the answer is negative 2. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself.
So that cancels out. Wait, no.
I can't reduce the 2 and the 6 because they're not common factors, right? Somebody likes Old Spice, I see. Let's try this again, just to make sure that you're with me here, and that you're not, watching television commercials. It's just a really weird commercial for soup.
Quick that I was thinking in my head.
Oh my god.
It's okay, man. We're dudes. That's what dudes do. We like commercials. Like you do.
So basically what you do is just switch it.
A little switcheroo. If you want to switcheroo around the negative sign, you take the negative out and you'll be just fine. So let me show you what I mean. And when I do this, try not to scream. I take the negative out, you see. And it becomes X minus 5.
Yippee.
And then you multiply.
Yay. And then you put the negative on top.
Put the negative on top. So
And why do you do that again?
X
Negative
over
9x.
Negative 1.
Why do I take the negative out, or why do I move it up top?
Because you're multiplying.
I move it up top because when I do that, like in the last example, when I moved it up top and put the negative with the 7 instead, then I had like denominators. Right now that negative is making them unlike. But I can move that negative factor up to the top.
So the one above you just multiply negative 1 over times.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as me moving the negative up to the top. This is really how I get to move the negative from the bottom to the top to get here.
It's an invisible one.
Yeah, that I got.
Okay, well, this is the same thing we're doing here. I didn't do all this side stuff out here where I said this is negative X plus 5, and then factor out the negative. I didn't do that. This is essentially the same thing that I did up here. I'm just not showing all of that work because I don't need to. If I do nothing, you start seeing, if you have this, but it's on the wrong order around the subtraction, factor out the negative, and then it's going to switch the order around the subtraction. So then I'm going to have a denominator with the common factor of x minus 5, and what's going to be in the numerator?
Negative 9x.
It's not negative 9x, because it's x minus 9. It's not multiplication.
Oh, yeah.
What in the world were you guys writing? Everybody's like, oh, what did you guys write?
Negative 9x.
Negative
So negative 9x means that you have negative 9
Times x.
times x, but I didn't have multiplication. I had x plus a negative 9.
Right.
So x minus 9.
Yes.
What do you guys think?